Howdy, folks. Welcome back. So, this is important because we've made some mistakes here and I need to make some corrections. And let's go over this real quick here. So, we're looking at our globe here, and what I thought were heat signatures, okay, are not. All right. I'm going to come over here to the legend here and describe. I finally unlocked the settings key on this so we can find out what all these things are now. So this scale right here is not a temperature scale. It is a scale of wind speed, okay? This is a wind uh, instrument. So this is the scale, the color scale they use as far as wind speed. So these are not temperature anomalies. These are wind speeds, okay? And this is these are mistakes that are made when I don't have all the data. I jump to conclusions and stuff. So, but now that we know that, these red concentric circles that you see here are the wind bands surrounding the hurricane in the or the typhoon in the middle. Okay, now this this is the typhoon. Okay, it still doesn't change the fact it could still be this magnetic anomaly. Okay, it did come out of this region right here where we were looking for any kind of magnetic anomaly in this region at this period in time with our magnetic field. So I believe what this is maybe a little precursor or something. We did learn a lot from this. All the theories and stuff that I projected and stuff, those still stand. This actually helped me finish my work that I started a long, long time ago and forgot about. So that stuff still stands, okay? Now everything we've learned are parts on the list which are clues to look for in case or when this pole shift does happen. And I believe that there's more to this than just it being a a hurricane still, or a typhoon still. It is a typhoon, but it could have been induced, just like I described, by a magnetic anomaly. So that is still not off the page yet, okay? That's still on the list. What we're correcting are the readings that we're getting here. This is not a subwater a surface temperature. These are wind currents and their readings and stuff, okay? So that's a major and important mistake there that I made because it makes everybody think, oh my God, we're going into the end of the world. Well, that hasn't changed either. That didn't change the Jesus in the sky, in the clouds. Okay, so you still need to stay away from the coast. You still need to prepare. This may not be the new pole forming, but it is a sign of things to come still, I believe. And with it completing some of my unfinished work, that's important. It's kind of I'm glad that I'm wrong and that this isn't possibly the South Pole forming. Okay, it's doing it's acting like a typhoon. It's producing these wind currents and everything. Now we know how to read this properly. Okay, so I made a mistake, but I'm correcting it, and that's the best part. This is how we learn. Is we make mistakes and we learn from our mistakes. This is the most important part of my work here is you put your theories out there, you put them to the test, and when you get results, then you go with that. But when you have bad data or missing data, it makes it very, very hard to do the research correctly. Okay? So this is me admitting to making a mistake, but it still hasn't changed much. We still have a very intense storm going on here. This storm is it could be reactionary to all the things on the list I described that are happening to all the other planets. All right. So this still stands as a typhoon, but now it no longer stands as the new South Pole. I have to retract that momentarily. Okay. But everything else is indicating that we have a magnetic anomaly going on in this region of the planet, causing vortexes, okay? None of that physics has changed at all. What's changed is I'm not quite 100% sure about this being our new pole, that it's more likely a typhoon, because the new discovery that I have found after deciphering the legend here, that this is not temperature, this is winds, okay? So I'm trying to make a correction here, and I'm trying to fix my mistake, because it's important that you guys know that I'm trying to bring you the truth. I'm not trying to deceive you. I told you last night that this is very hard and very complicated, and there's going to be mistakes made. We have an incomplete list, you guys. We have 1 through 12. And the reason why I had you put these new terminology further down on the list is because there's a gap there. There's missing stuff still, okay? So when we have missing stuff, which is data, we make mistakes. So we need more data. And that's where I need you guys' help as a team. Help me decipher, help me figure this stuff out, because this is not easy. All right. And I think some of you out there are grasping these concepts that I'm throwing at you. These are not off the wall concepts. These are stuff that Einstein and other, all these other astrophysicists have all postulated about. And I believe that when we see stuff like this showing evidence of their postulations, mine, everybody's coming true, we've learned a lot from this mistake, okay? That's what I'm trying to show you, is what we've learned from this mistake and how we are going to go forward from here, okay? Whew. I think I spit it out right. So I want to go back to this legend here, because we now have access to find out what everything is now. See this little white box that pops up now, finally? It tells you what all these things are and how to adjust this instrument correctly. We have different modes: the air, the ocean, the chemicals, particulates. We have different animations: wind, currents, and waves. We have specific height, but it doesn't tell you height. This isn't 1,000 feet up. It's 1,000 hectopascals, which I will have to research what that means. But these are not altitudes. These are different Pascal ranges, okay? They seem to correlate with different heights, of course, because we're seeing here, I turned the winds off, but we're just seeing different winds at different levels. So these are different heights, but they're not in specific numbers, okay? There are different overlays. The TCW is total cloud water. MSLP is mean sea level pressure. Okay, so we got all these different things now that we can tell what they're giving us. So I'm not giving you wrong information, okay? Whew. All right, so now with this new knowledge, now we can move forward in a more professional, understandable manner, because I do not like reporting mistakes and deceiving people and scaring the shit out of everybody when I'm wrong, all right? But we're not done here. This is just a simple mistake in the way these readings were interpreted. It still doesn't change the physics. It still doesn't change all the pole reversal side effects that we are seeing, the list that we have made, that we have checked off. It doesn't change any of that. The only thing, the mistake I made, was interpreting these as heat signatures instead of wind speeds, okay? So I need you guys to grasp that concept and understand, because in my next live tonight or my next video, we can move forward from here, okay? Oh, something else I need to explain too. Why I was deceived was, let me put the winds back on. Where was the, I think it's here. Yeah, or here is even better. Okay, this is the one I wanted to get to, because this is what I've been reporting on lately and getting wrong. Okay, this is me admitting I'm wrong. Okay. So now that we know our color code is not what we thought, it is wind speed. Here's our wind speeds circling the hurricane. The blue in the center is 0 wind speed. That would be the I, okay? So it's no longer temperature. This is wind, all right? So we have an I. It has a strong eye wall going around it. It has its, as we back out, the wind's decreasing, okay? And as we let the winds add there, you can see, yes, this is correlating with the wind speed. So that was my bad in interpreting this instrument. Whew, please forgive me. These things aren't easy, and I do make mistakes. So that's me admitting to my mistake, and now we're moving forward, okay? So we still have activity going on here, though. This is not magnetic. This is not heat. This is wind speed, okay? So now that we know that, we can adjust the instrument properly to get what we're to understand our readings better. I need to find a different instrument that gives me heat detections off the ocean floor, which probably only NASA and those guys have access to, which we will probably never have access to. So I won't be able to report totally, thoroughly, properly, but I'm going to do the best I can for you, knowing what we know. Whew, I think I spit it out. Okay, so important corrections and mistakes. Okay, they're being made, but I'm trying to fix it. Okay, we're trying to get the clearest view of what's going on here, because this is a very cloudy picture, and we're trying to decipher a puzzle that's got all the pieces array, and we got to put the pieces in so we can see the picture that the puzzle makes. Okay, there we go. All right, that's it for now. I just wanted to get this out there as soon as possible while I got the opportunity, and get this correction out there as quick as possible so we can get the word around that I've made a mistake, but it hasn't changed everything. We are still going to continue to watch this region right here, right where this was hanging out. I'm going to continue to watch this region and the opposite region over here for magnetic field anomalies, okay? So that's it for now. I love you all. Please forgive me. Thank you for being so understanding, and we'll move forward from here. All right, that's it. I love you all. God bless, and until later on tonight, bye.